Hey, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I actually was inspired to move to Milwaukee because my brother drove to Buffalo, New York to say goodbye to our uncle. And he had driven and he agreed to take my dog back. I found this house on the third day. I found out that the first black couple, Vicki and Ernie Payne, had bought this house 25 years before, and they were the first black people to come to this neighborhood. And they left it in spectacular condition. And Cynthia saw my teapots, my impossible teapots, at a gallery, or really Amaranth Cafe. It's an activist hangout. And they're in the back hall there. And she gave David her card, and David gave it to me, and I said, of course, I want representation. And we both we got deep really fast. I mean, really fast.
I already told him you're my sister and my brick girl.
Okay. And did you meet my other two sisters?
Mary Ellen is our
Mary Ellen and
sister.
Karen.
Hey. And Mary Ellen takes care of both of us because we both crazy sometimes.
And she's not kidding. So anyway, Greg allowed me to interview him for the Washington Park
tell him
Beat.
who Greg is.
Greg is Cynthia's lifetime partner. I mean, just the most incredible man. He was so much like my brother and my father. We got really close because Greg opened me to life with darker skin in America. I had no idea. And Greg and Cynthia introduced me to people who, one of them was Willie Briscoe, who was the deputy superintendent of the House of Correction. And we sat on it was the foundation of MAGC. To give money to a grant to a young person to go on with their academics. And Willie Briscoe, years later, said, hey, I'm president of MICA, come work with me. And suddenly I was on MICA's communication board. MICA, are you familiar with it? It's Milwaukee Inner City Congregations Allied for Hope. And it's part of Wisdom, which is the state affiliate of the Gamaliel Foundation, the place where Barack Obama learned how to be a community organizer.
Most of us are familiar, but it's not so easy for us to get involved.
Excuse me?
Get involved? Well, I can connect you to some people.
Let's wind this down a little bit. Patricia's very much an activist, right? She could go on. And remember, I mentioned her horse riding and Milton and Avery and Rogan or whatever. But at any rate, I want you to enjoy the art. And the reason that I included Patricia to this tour, because one, she's my sister and a great artist, but she also celebrates the life of African Americans and people of color and brown people, and I think that that is most important. Art is not designated by the color of your skin, and we appreciate each other, but people of color, but we need to have others to learn about us and appreciate us, and that's what she brings to the table. So please enjoy, and you'll see the most beautiful artwork going back to the early 50s. She is truly a master artist that studied at the Academy in New York, and you'll see over here where she did her horse riding, but just look at her work, and she was injured several years ago, and where she used to use the paintbrush. After the accident, she was no longer able to do that. So then she started painting with a palette brush. And her works are still magnificent, but look at some of these works around here. And I can guarantee you that you won't see a lot of this in Milwaukee, but you will see it in New York and in your upper echelon gallery. So all I can tell you is buy it while it's hot.